Welcome back to another episode of Comic Book Savant. I'm your host, James Harris. This episode is going to be a non-spoiler review on The Incredibles 2. As you can see by the t-shirt, I'm a big fan of the Incredibles franchise, and we've waited 14 years to get this sequel to the original film. I have to say that this, off the bat, was a great movie. This is a good time, family-friendly movie. Take your whole family to. It was a cool thing that it came out on Father's Day Father's Day weekend. I got a chance to see it just yesterday on, when you see this, it's probably going to be Tuesday, so I saw this over the weekend on Sunday, which was Father's Day, which was really cool. The theater was packed with a lot of families from mother, father, kids, the like. So it's a very family-friendly movie. I was shocked and amazed that even with real little kids that their parents had exposed them to the movie and they were familiar with the characters, even though they weren't born 14 years ago when the movie was originally released. So I thought it was really cool to see the lineage that this movie had from parents, like passing it down to the younger kids, and that they were so excited to see Jack and the different, characters in this world that was created in the first movie. And with the 14 years comes, visual upgrades to the CGI. They were able to really play around with it and do some astounding visual effects and really up the action scenes quite a bit. But it still retained its comedy and its visual stylings from the original movie. So it wasn't like because technology has upgraded that they totally changed the whole visual style. They just were able to do so much within that particular style that was established. All the returning cast came back. The main stage, Craig T. Nelson, Samuel L. Jackson, Holly Hunter. Her name's Helen. I wanted to say Helen Hunt, but it's Holly Hunter playing Helen. Reprising her role. They all do a wonderful job. You get to get a lot more background. We were introduced to them all in the first movie, so it was really good to have a second film, even though it was so much later, of them growing and developing the characters. And I look forward to seeing a potential third Incredible movies. We're going to cross our fingers and hopefully we don't have to wait another 14 years. I hope we can see it in at least the next 6 years. We'll be coming up on the 20th anniversary of the film and in 6 years. So, at least hopefully by then we can get the third movie to close out the trilogy, and at least we'll get that. Time will tell. But again, this was a wonderful time at the movies. Like I said, super family friendly movie. I hated that I didn't get a chance to see this movie with my grandson. He lives across the country, so it wouldn't, I really, in watching the movie, I was like, I wish I could have been with him. So, because so many of the scenes, the family scenes, harken so much to when he was a little bit younger and we were all closer together and spending time with him. A lot of the little Jack and Jack scenes, especially with Mr. Fantastic and Jack really reminded me babysitting my grandson, and were just super hilarious because I had, personal context and reference to moments from them from not too many years ago. So it was really a great time. Pleasant movie from beginning to end. At parts, it can be somewhat predictable, but you got to think the movie's really not made for us. They're made for kids. And I think this is a great franchise to expose to children. They've had the Cars and the Toy Stories, but Incredibles were one with me because it has that crossover with comic books, always resonated and always was something that I wanted to pass down to my grandson as slowly trying to bring him into the world of comics. So I think this is an entryway franchise for us comic book fans to bring in that younger generation into our hobby in a fun, entertaining way. So I definitely, to give this movie a score out of 10, I give it an 8.5. I think it was worth the wait. Was it as good as the first movie? I think nostalgia always will lean on the side of the original over the sequel, but I think I like them both just as much, and it makes me, hungry for more. So definitely, hopefully, before too long, we potentially get that third movie so we can have a trilogy that we can collect and put on our shelves. So definitely a highly recommended movie. If you want to hear my thoughts in a little bit more detail and going into spoilers, I will have something listed right here where you can have a link to the spoiler-filled review that I do on the audio version of Comic Book Savant that I also post up here on YouTube. Definitely, if you haven't already, please subscribe. Also, if you haven't, click the bell notification down at the bottom so you're aware when I drop new content. Normally drop content 2 times out of the week, at least, at minimum. You'll get content on Tuesdays as well as on Thursdays. Sometimes I do double uploads as well, so you just have to be on the lookout. But if you click the bell notification, you'll be alerted whenever new content drops on the channel. Also, let me know what you think of the movie. If you've had a chance to see the movie, also, please don't put any spoilers down below. We're going to keep that for the audio podcast where I go into the spoilers right here. Keep it clean of any spoilers. Just let me know if you have seen the movie, if you liked it, disliked it, what were your thoughts, and what did you score it? I'd like to hear your comments down below in the comment section. And that's all I have for you for this episode. So be on the lookout for more content coming soon from Comic Book Savant. I also do tons of movie reviews. I'll have the links down at the bottom and in the description for this video to the playlist of all the movie reviews. Also do comic reviews, trade paperback reviews, comic book television show reviews. So anything related to the world of the comic books or comic book industry I cover here on the Comic Book Savant channel. So be on the lookout for more coverage as it comes. And I'll see you next time for another video. And you take care.